In this tutorial, I will show you step by step how to draw this strawberry cupcake in Procreate. If you'll enjoy this video and like to get more step-by-step tutorials like this, and maybe try to draw this cupcake, I have more videos like this on Patreon. You still have a chance to sign up to my Patreon for only $5 because soon I will be closing this tier. But if you sign up now, you can keep this price for as long as you are subscribed. So make sure to check it out. Link is in the description. So with all that being said, grab your drawing tools, relax, and let's start. Let's make a new canvas, A4 canvas from Procreate, and we can rotate it this way. First we can color the background. Let's pick the color. If you want to use the same colors and same brushes that I will be using here, make sure to download them. They are free and they are linked in the description of this video. Take color number 13 and just drag and drop it in here. Okay, now on the new layer we can start drawing the outlines. So let's make a new layer. Let's pick first color, take color number 1, and now let's pick a brush. Let's go here to calligraphy and take monoline brush. My brush size will be 35. And we can draw first the bottom part of the cupcake cream. We are going to draw here just an ellipse. So draw it like this. Hold your pencil on the screen. Okay, now we can tap here on Edit Ellipse and we can still change it. I think something like this is okay for me. When you are happy with your shape, tap on the screen with your finger. Okay, now we are going to draw another ellipse that will be on top of this one. To make the process of creating this outline easier, we are going to do it on a new layer. So let's make a new layer. And now we can draw another ellipse. This one should be a little bit smaller and higher. Okay, again I will tap here to edit this. Like that, and then I'm going to tap with my finger on the screen. So now right away we can go back to the first ellipse over here, and we can take an eraser. Let's tap here, let's tap on it again, and we can set it to the same brush. So let's go to calligraphy and monoline brush with the brush size 100%. Now we can erase here this part because this part will be not visible. Okay, and when you use this method with drawing each element on a separate layer, erasing parts like this is easy. Okay, now let's go to the second ellipse over here, and I would like to cut here maybe this part. So I'm going to erase it like that. And I would like those cuts to have here taper end. So I'll just erase it now this way. I think this will look nicer like that. And same over here. Now let's create another ellipse on top of this one. So let's make a new layer. Let's take the brush and we can draw it over here. Like that. And again, we can take this option here to adjust the points. Okay, I like this shape. And also over here, I will draw a small arc that will be a place for the strawberry. So I will just draw it like this. I'm holding my pencil on the screen to make this a nice arc. And this is it. So now let's go back to the other ellipse, the one that is underneath. Let's take an eraser and we can erase here this part. Okay, and now let's go to the new ellipse and we can also make here a cut, maybe now on this side, like that. And I'm going to make those ends tapered. I'll make the brush size maybe smaller for this, 42, and just fix this. So like that, and also over here, I would like this to be tapered. Okay, now we can merge all of those layers together, so this outline is on a one layer. So let's open the layers, and we can pinch them like this. I would like this to be maybe a little bit more squished. For this, we can take the arrow tool. Over here at the bottom, let's pick freeform, and we can just adjust it now this way. Okay, I think I like this shape more. I can also move it here maybe to the middle of the canvas. Okay, and let's tap here to finish this. Now we can draw the bottom part of the cupcake. Let's make a new layer for this. We can put it here under the cream. Let's pick the color. Take color number 4. And first we can draw here an ellipse. Okay, let's tap here to edit it. And now let's make this arc more or less the same as this one. If you want, you can move it over here to see how this looks together. Okay, so like this. And now let's make a new layer to draw here lines connecting this with the cream. Hold your pencil on the screen to make this a nice straight line. Okay. Also, if you want to, you can tap here and edit this. Now on the other side. And now we have to go back to the ellipse and erase this. So let's take the eraser and we can erase this now. And we can still draw here vertical lines. We can do it on this layer over here. Let's take the brush and just draw some lines. Draw them at a slight angle so they will match the lines that are here on the sides. Okay, and now let's take the eraser and erase them where you have to. So, for example, I came here outside of the shape. So I'm going to erase this. When you are happy with this, you can merge those layers together. We can merge them now together with the cream. So all those 3 layers, like this. Now let's draw here the strawberry. Let's make a new layer for this. Let's change the color. Take color number 2. And let's draw this. So just draw here a shape like this. Right away, I'm going to take the eraser and erase this here. Okay. And now we can go back to the other layer and erase here this part that is behind the strawberry. So let's go here. And now we can erase this. Okay. Now we can merge this together. Pinch it together. And let's make a new layer to draw here the leaves on the strawberry. Let's change the color. Take color number 3. And let's draw them. Okay. I'm going to move this down a little bit, like that. And now I'm going to take the eraser and fix the edges of this. Fix here those lines where the leaves are connected. And now let's go to the layer of the strawberry and erase here this part. Okay. Now we can merge them together. And the outlines are ready. We can start coloring this. To do it easily and quickly, we can set this layer as reference. Let's tap here and pick reference. And now this means that we can color each element on a new layer. Let's make a new layer. Let's put this layer under the outlines. And let's pick a color. Let's start here with the leaves. Take color number 9. And we can just drag and drop it in here. Now we can make a new layer to color the strawberry. Let's take color number 7. Drag and drop it in here. Now let's make a new layer. We can take color number 6 to color the cream. Okay, and one more layer for the bottom of the cupcake. Let's take color number 8 and just drag and drop it in here. And now to make it faster, we can tap on continue filling and then just tap here on the empty spaces. Okay, and then tap here to finish this. Now, before we add here light and shadow, let's add some texture to the cream. Let's go to the layer of it over here and let's make a new layer on top. Now we are going to set it as clipping mask. So let's tap here and pick clipping mask. And this means that now whatever we are going to draw here will be visible only on the shapes that are on a layer underneath. Let's pick the color. Take color number 1. And let's pick the brush. Let's go here to my Siakulaart special brushes and take soft splash. With the brush size 33, we can just add it here like that. To make this maybe a little bit more interesting, we can change blending mode of this layer. Let's tap here on this N letter and set it to vivid light. Okay. Now let's still add here seeds to the strawberry. Let's go to the layer of it, make a new layer on top, set it as clipping mask, and let's pick the color. Let's take color number 10. And now let's take a small break, and I would like to ask you to write a comment, I can draw this. It would mean a lot to me, I would know that you enjoyed this video and I could see who is watching me, so thank you for doing that. And now let's go back to drawing. Let's change the brush. For this we can go to inking and take Studio Pen. Let's make the brush size 29. And we can just draw here some small, kind of like a teardrop shapes, representing here the seeds. So like this. Maybe I'll make the brush size smaller, 11. So this way I can draw them more easily. Okay, now we can start adding here shadow. Let's do it first to the bottom of the cupcake. We are going to select here those shapes. Let's go to this layer, tap on it and pick select. Turn off color fill. And now with this selected, we are going to make a new layer on top of everything. So over here. And we are going to change blending mode of this layer to overlay. Now we can pick the color. Let's take color number 11. And let's pick your brush. I would like to add here this shadow with some texture. So let's go to Siakulaart special brushes. And I would like to use here this one, Big Noise. With the brush size 21. Let's add here shadow like this to the right bottom part of this cupcake. Like that. we can also add a little bit of shadow under the cream. Let's make the brush size smaller, 6%, and just add here a little bit like that. Okay. And now we can do the same for the cream. So we have to select the layer with the cream. Let's go over here, tap on it and pick select. And now with this selected, let's go to our new layer for the shadows over here. And we can start drawing the shadows. I'll make the brush size bigger again, maybe now around 15. And let's add the shadows over here at the bottom part of the screen and more on the right side. So just like that. Okay. Now let's add also some of the shadow under this line. So like that. And don't worry, now this looks maybe here not the nicest. We can erase this in a second. Now let's add shadow over here on the right side. And over here underneath and on the right side at the top part. So just like that. Now we need here some shadow over here, like that. And same here at the higher level. Okay. And just a little bit here where the strawberry is. So just like that. Okay. Now we're going to erase here this. So let's take the eraser, let's tap on it, and we can set it to the same brush. So let's go to Siakulaart Special Brushes and take Big Noise. We can make the brush size smaller now, 5%, and we can now easily control here and erase here the shadow where it's too much. Let's move on and add the shadow to the strawberry. So let's select the color of it over here, tap here and pick select, go to the layer of the shadows, and let's add the shadow. Let's take the brush, we can add it here to the right side and to the bottom part of it, so just like that. And now with a smaller brush size, 4%, let's add it here under the leaves. So like this, and here, and here. Okay, now let's move on to the leaves. Let's go to the layer of it, tap on it and pick select. Go now to the layer of the shadows, and we can add them over here. So like this, a little bit here, here, and here. Now I would like to also have the shadow on the outlines. So let's select the outlines now. Let's tap here and pick select. And go to the layer of the shadows. And we can make them darker where we have the shadows. So over here, for example. Everything here on this right side. Those lines here at the bottom. Now here the strawberry side. And some parts of the leaves. And then also here the bottom part of the cupcake. So over here I'll make the brush size bigger for this, 13, and just do like that. Let's also add the shadow now to the seeds. So let's select them. Let's go over here, tap on it and pick select. Now we can go to the layer of the shadows and just add this over here. So they will be also darker. Okay, let's tap here to finish this. And now we are going to make the shadows darker in few places. To do it quickly now, we can just make a new layer above the shadows. And we are going to set it as clipping mask and also set it here as overlay. So we are just adding here like a second layer for the shadows, but we already know where they should be. So let's make here this bottom part darker, like that. Now with a smaller brush size, 6%, we can make this part here right under the cream darker, like that. Now the bottom part here on the cream, a little bit here darker. Now behind the strawberry. So just like that. Now here, some more shadow on the strawberry. Okay, and you can see the difference now by turning it on and off. And I think this looks better when we have here some more shadow like that. I still have to add some more over here. Okay. So now in the same way we can add here light. Let's make a new layer for this. We are going to set this layer as add. And right away we can turn down the opacity of this. We don't want it to be too strong. Let's make it about 25%. And let's change the color. Let's take color number 5. And let's add the light. Let's select here first the bottom part of the cupcake. So let's go over here, tap on it and pick select. Now go to the layer of the light and let's start adding this. With the brush size, maybe 7%, we can draw here lines with light like that. Let's add some light here in the shadow part over here. And this is enough. Now let's add some light to the cream. Let's go to the layer of it, tap on it and pick select. Now go to the lights and add it over here. So we are going to add it here in the middle parts of those shapes. So like that. And just a little bit here on the edge where we have shadow. And maybe we can also add here like a dot somewhere over here and now here to make it more interesting. Okay, I think this is enough for this part. So now let's go to the layer of the strawberry. Let's tap on it and pick select. Now go to the layer of the lights and add the light over here. So first I'll add it here to the side with the shadow. And then somewhere over here like that. Maybe a little bit more here. Now we can select the seeds. Let's tap here and pick select. Go to the layer of the light and we can make them brighter in the same spots. Okay, and now the leaves. Let's go to the layer of them, tap here and pick select. And now go to the layer of the lights and add here some lights. So over here like that. And I think this is nice. Now we can add the lights to the outlines. So let's select them. Now go to the layer of the light and we can brighten this up here where we have our light already to make it match the light on the inside. So like that. Now maybe we can add a little bit here. Now here on the edges. And then a little bit here on those parts. Okay, like this is enough. So let's tap here to finish this now. And we can add here still some extra lights. Let's make a new layer for this. We are also going to set it as add. Turn down the opacity again to something around 24%. Make the brush size now smaller, 4%. And we can add still some more light in those parts that we already drew here. So this will be more like a highlight here. A little bit stronger light. And now in few places over here. You don't have to add it everywhere. And I think this is it. And if you came outside somewhere over here, you can always take the eraser and erase it. Now let's add the shadow under the cupcake. For this we can make a new layer and we are going to put it at the bottom of everything over here, above the background color. We can change blending mode of this to overlay. Let's take here our shadow color, color number 11. Let's make the brush size bigger, 18. And we can draw the shadow over here like this. And now we are going to make it stronger. Let's make a new layer for this. We are going to change the blending mode of this to multiply. And now add this shadow closer to the cupcake, like this. I'm going to erase this now here a little bit on the edge. And let's turn down the opacity of this. I'm going to make it 62. And now in the end, I would like to add here some small stars, maybe dots, around this whole illustration. So for this, we can make a new layer. We can change the color. Take color number 12. Let's change the brush. Let's go to calligraphy and take monoline brush. And for this, let's make the brush size smaller, 20. And we can start with drawing some shapes. Let's draw some stars like this. And if you want, if you have my brush stamps, you can use the brushes from here. So you can use, for example, this pointed star and make this easier and faster and add some stars like this. Okay? But if you don't have it, you can just hand draw it. So let's add here some stars. And now for the dots, we can use the dots brush. Let's go to Siakulaart freebies and take here dots. And with the brush size 2%, we can just stamp here some dots all over this. And now maybe bigger brush size, maybe 3%. And we can stamp some of them. Okay, I think this is enough. So now this illustration is finished. I hope you enjoyed this tutorial and I hope you can share drawing with me on Instagram. I would love to see it. And if you'd like to draw more of me, don't forget to check out my Patreon. Link is in the description. Thank you so much for watching and see you in my next video. Bye!